Hey, Vinyl community, Jeff here again. Let's do this. Let's knock out number 10, VC lottery question number 10, final one, even though I know there is a bonus one, and I'm probably going to watch that video and may jump on that if I have time and if it's something I can do easily enough, because I know we're running out of time here. Number 10 is basically, if I win, what kind of stuff would I like to have? What type of format? What are some of the notes I wrote here? The music type, the size, things, oh, my size, okay. So if somebody were to buy me a t-shirt, I'm an extra large. The format, I like everything. I like vinyl and CDs. I have been focused more on vinyl for the past 6 years, but I still buy a lot of CDs. I show them in videos. I've got tons of them. I still buy them. I do have, he said, he was saying, do we have like a list? I have a Discogs page. On the Discogs page, I have a link to it. On the Discogs page, I have everything in my collection. I think there's probably 1% of anything that might be missing on there. I'm pretty anal when it comes to updating that and adding items to Discogs and updating items. And I am just a stickler when it comes to that a lot of times. And so everything that I can find in my house that is available to put on Discogs, I tend to put on there. Every once in a while, I'm like, hey, I wonder if this is on there. I'll find an old cassette or something laying around. Hey, no, it's not. I go put it on there. So everything I have is there. If I won and they're like, what does Jeff have and what can I send him? You can look on there and see what my collection is. It has it all. Cassette, CDs, vinyl, DVDs, everything that I pretty much have. It also has my want list. My want list is not extensive by any means. It's when I run across an album that I'm like, oh, I need that album, I add it to my want list. So there's a ton of stuff that I probably want that I just have not added to my want list. But basically you can look at, so if it's not on my want list, don't assume that I don't want it. Just assume that I haven't got to that part. If you look at my what I own list and I don't own it, chances are I want it if it's a band that I like. So I am obviously more of a hard rock and metal guy. I like some pop too. I like a lot of stuff. I'm not going to complain. I would not fuss over a Mozart album. He mentioned that as an example. I like classical music. I don't have anything on vinyl by classical music. I have a lot of CDs on classical music. I have a lot of CDs I like jazz, but I like contemporary jazz. I like big band jazz, but I don't like improv jazz. I don't like freestyle. I'm not a big fan of the Miles Davis-y type jazz. It's a little more freeform. I'm more of I like some fusion. I've shown a lot of Billy Cobham. I like Spyro Gyra. I'm planning on going to see them in concert in about 2 weeks. They are coming to Virginia Beach, and I want to go see Spyro Gyra. So I've seen them in concert a handful of times. Love them. So I like contemporary jazz. I like Kenny G. Kenny G's coming. I'm trying to get my wife to go. He's coming to a jazz festival. And really, it's like 2 days of jazz bands, and he's the only one. Him and Peter White. I have a Peter White CD that I accidentally bought, and I ended up liking it. He's a guitar jazz player, I believe, is his main thing. Contemporary stuff, Acoustic Alchemy, Spyro Gyra, Dave Weckl, the Chick Corea Electric Band, not so much the Chick Corea Acoustic Band. Not so much even a lot of the older Chick Corea stuff, where it's just a lot of him on piano. The stuff that he did back in the 70s, which I have some of their stuff. I'm missing some of their I like that stuff. That's a little more fusion-y. So yeah, I like jazz. I like classical to a degree. I mean, these are all things that are open doors. I like hard rock. I like metal. Not a big fan of death metal. Not a big fan of black metal. Not a big fan of anything that's really harsh. It seems to be, if it's more decipherable, I like it. A lot of modern bands. I have little to no modern bands. There's a lot of bands on my wish list that I thought one day I'm going to get around to them. I have like one Hailstorm album. I love Hailstorm. I've listened to a lot of their stuff. I have nothing, by any of the modern bands like the Pretty Reckless and I'm just naming all these girl bands I know, but those are some of the ones that pop in my head. Some of those type modern bands, the more modern metal bands. So yeah, I like a lot. I'm not gonna poo-poo anything. Obviously, I'm not a huge fan of. I'm not gonna turn down anything. I'll listen to anything. I like a lot of pop. Not a big, I could throw out there and say, yeah, I'm a big like Bobby, you know, I'm not gonna like say I'm a big Madonna fan or a big Whitney Houston fan or Pink. Again, not gonna knock any of that stuff, but it's not something I would go out of my way to buy a Taylor Swift album or anything like that. So yeah, pretty much open to anything. Um, and like I say, I'll have the link to my Discog. So if you wanted to look there at what I have to avoid getting duplicates, that'd be great. So yeah, but I'm open to a lot. I have pretty wide tastes, everything from classic pop and rock to more modern rock and hard rock and stuff like that. I'm more of a melodic metal fan than I am a lot of the more off metal like that. But you know, you've seen, if you watch my channel for any length of time, you've seen the kind of stuff I show, and it's all over the place. I've got varied tastes when it comes to that. Everything from, Duran Duran to Adamant to the heavier stuff that I show. So yes, anyway, I'll keep this short and sweet. If I think of anything else, I add it, but I think that's pretty much it. Just kind of a general idea. I'm fine with t-shirts, mugs, things like that. I like it all. I have a lot of mugs, though. I would have to say it'd be hard to cram any more mugs in my kitchen. I have to get rid of some of the coffee mugs and swap some of them out. I have a lot of coffee mugs. I have a lot of t-shirts, too. I have a lot of t-shirts. I've been trying to throw them away because I've got t-shirts that are like 15 years old. And I'm like, I saw that in the picture 15 years ago. I need to throw that t-shirt away. It's got its life worn out. My drawers are overpacked with black t-shirts. Anyway, fun stuff. Whoever's wins is going to be great. 20 some odd gifts, however many volunteers we end up with at this point. It's been great. And just watching the people who win get all the gifts in is just amazing. So who knows? Might be me. Whatever. Fun stuff. I'll see you later. Rock on and rock hard.